Uh, yeah, window. This one. Okay. Yeah. So can you see the screen? Screen
Yes,
is
sir.
visible? Fine. Okay. So basically, what we had was this object. So many of you had done this experiment in your third year practical. So for you, it's just maybe a bit of revision. But for others who did not do, what do you think was the main difference between these two, between one and two, the detectors at one and two?
Phase
Yeah,
shift, pi
yeah.
phase
So
shift.
basically, there's a pi phase shift, and the reason is that when you have reflection from here, so essentially this beam splitter, as I said, it is made of glass, and only one side is coated. Okay, and why do we not coat both sides of the beam splitter? It's very simple. If you coat both, so in terms of coating, probably it's, it would be an easier process to coat sort of both sides, because then what you would do is just take a glass slab and dip it in a silver solution or something, and then both sides get coated. But if you have both sides coated, then what happens is that this object will essentially become an interferometer itself, right? So this will become a Fabry-Pérot cavity, so that this itself will give fringes. Okay, and because of that, what will happen is that the fringes of these two will completely inundate the signal that you get on the the Mach Zehnder signal will be quite very, I mean, pretty much impossible to tease apart. So beam splitters, you just want to divide the beam. You do not want to create any kind of interference effects in the beam once the amplitude is divided. Okay, you don't want to do anything of that sort. So therefore, a beam splitter is only coated, always coated on one side. And so what happens therefore is, uh, if when the beam reflects from this, remember this is air and this is glass. So as we just did in our Fresnel relations, there is no so there is a phase shift of pi, right? When it gets, this is a rare, this is air, so the refractive index is of course much lesser than the coating here in the glass. So there's a phase shift of pi. Again, there's a phase shift of pi. However, in this reflection, the thing gets reflected, the light gets reflected from the inside surface, right? So now it is a glass air interface. So since it's a glass air interface, there's no phase shift. So it's a dense to rare now, not rare to dense. Therefore, there is nothing that is going to happen here, and you get all the beam. Basically, the phase shift is zero now. So therefore, you have now in this case you have two phase shifts, whereas in this case, so this beam is sort of it's transmitted, this part, and it's reflected. So both have two phase shifts. However, in this case, you have this one, of course, zero. Then you have one phase shift, and then again you have two phase shifts between this one and this one. So the difference between this transmitted and this reflected part, both have sort of the same phase shift. So the difference is zero. Okay. But then the transmitted one, that just has a single phase shift because of this. And this one has two. So there is a pi phase difference here and a two pi. I mean, so there's going to be a pi phase difference here between the transmitted beam and this reflected beam. Whereas here there is zero phase difference. So as a result, this one and this one have a phase shift of pi. So if you get a bright fringe here at the same spatial position, you will get a dark fringe here, and vice versa. And what I said essentially was to check that if you just uh, uh, sort of rotate this beam splitter and this beam splitter, that will not change. Actually, there is some feedback coming. Is that because some mic is on, or is it because of my own voice? Can you hear me properly, guys? Hello, you can hear me, right? Anyway,
Excuse me, sir.
so
I'm Chitrodip.
yeah, tell me,
Sir,
Chitradeep.
actually, someone was trying to join this meeting, and actually, the notification popped up
Oh,
in my screen,
oh,
and it was
again.
demanding access from myself.
I don't know why the hell this happens actually. By the way, let us. Again, the recording is going to happen in your screen now. I don't know what is the trick. Does anybody realize what the reason is? Why is this happening? That I think is it the first person to whose account the meets wants to save itself?
Sir, if someone is not joining this meeting by the ISRK account,
Then it will ask permission. That is okay. But I have not got. By the way, did you, Chitudeep, did you allow him to enter, him or her?
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Anyway, so this Google recording, I think again will be saved in somebody else's thing. And since Chitudeep has been asked, it's very likely that I don't understand. Yeah, why on earth? This is some classroom ka kamal. Something is very very strange. Anyway, so as I said, let us again maybe make this full screen. Yeah. So essentially, what you have is this transmitted one and this reflected one. The phase difference between them is pi, whereas this reflected one and this reflected one, sorry, this transmitted one and this reflected one, the phase shift is 0. So therefore, you have this pi difference. However, there's a very critically important thing here. That is, what polarization are we assuming for this? That is extremely critical. Okay. So I did not ask that question because we have not covered that part. So what do you guys think? Will this result hold for polarization? I mean, sort of independent of the polarization of this beam. What do you think?
I don't think it would, because that pi phase shift, it
Mm.
can be only seen in the Fresnel equation of I think RP, or I
SP.
forgot which
No,
one.
no, S polarized is S
Yeah,
polarized. It
for S
works. S polarized, of course,
yeah,
it
for
works
S
because we
it's
did it
guaranteed,
last
but
time.
for
P, there is a
P,
very interesting thing. Correct. So that's what we're going to check today. So anyway, so this is fine. So this one is quite straightforward. Whatever you do, whatever orientation you make of these beam splitters, you will always get a phase difference of pi. So what about question number 4? What is the class's answer to that?
sir,
This
in
is the
three, sir,
interesting
is
part.
so in three
Hmm.
days. One more point that you can mention is when you do shift, at least do rotate it. Actually,
Hmm.
both of the arms have different attenuations. One of the arms goes through glass 3 times, while the other one
Hmm.
goes through once. So I
Hmm.
think I don't know how much change will it make in the fringes. I
Very
don't think it will.
little.
It's very small.
Very little. So because no, but that is an interesting point. Very interesting point. But so Priyanuj, can you mention a situation when this will be very critical? Very critical. Some kind. So Priyanuj has brought upon a very interesting point. So he's saying that if I sort of flip this, one of these, then what happens is that one of those beam split, this thing will traverse. So you can see here, this is going to be one, uh, two, and so it is going to be reflected on the back surface. So it's going to be going here twice and then 3 times. So this beam will go 3 times, and the one that is sort of reflected will go no actually just one. Oh well. So if you have this one, this facing this side, and this one ulta, so then this beam goes only no times, 0 times. It does not
No, no.
pass to the glass at all,
No,
right?
for the first detector, it passes through BS2 once.
No, this no, no the so okay, yeah, this one passes, the other one passes. The transmitted ones will pass through. No, that is twice also, right? The transmitted ones will go once and 2 times, but the reflected one will not even go once because it's going to be reflected on this side and
Yeah, yeah.
0. Whereas
Yeah,
the
for
one that is going to be this guy, that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. That is quite interesting. So there's going to be a inherent path difference. Okay, so
Sir,
tell me.
sir, but in all four cases, it doesn't matter how the
Yes,
beam
yes,
splitter are
correct.
placed.
I
Like
completely
if
yeah.
you get
But
pi
what
plus
is the
delta in
reason,
one,
Rohan?
so
What is the reason? Hmm.
if you get pi plus delta in one path, the other will be just pi. So
Uh,
other will be just delta. That
uh.
delta will
Will cancel out. No,
can
there is no issue. So please, everybody understand that this pi phase shift is completely independent, absolutely independent. But there is something else which will be can be deeply sort of affected. And what is that? That is what I wanted to ask Priyanka. What is
the
that sort of, yeah? And that is going to be dependent on a certain characteristic of the beam splitter very deeply.
I think the contrast of the fringes
Correct.
will be
And that
affected.
is going to be important. See, okay, so this path difference, as Rohan said, this path differencing will cut off because you will have delta in one and pi plus delta in the other. So that there will be no phase, sort of dynamic phase because of that delta extra path difference. But what is going to be critical, somewhat critical, is that if this beam splitter is not 50-50, if this beam splitter is not 50-50, then passing through this will further degrade the contrast for the beam which is traversing it twice. That will seriously affect the contrast of this one, because every time it's going to be a reflection, it's going to cut off the power by a little bit, and a transmission and all that. Okay, so the contrast will of the fringes will indeed be affected depending on the orientation of the beam splitter, in case it is not 50-50. So, by the way, does everyone who was attending, do you all understand what contrast is for an interferometer? Does
Sir,
everybody appreciate that? Anybody doesn't understand? Please tell me.
yes, sir. In the case when only one beam splitter is flipped, then we will not get only pi phase difference on the detector one. It will be some extra factor due to this optical path length.
Uh, is that
That,
true? You're saying that in one of the cases you have a pi plus delta. Is that
sir, see, in the U beam will not travel any time with the optical path length, and this D beam have to travel 3 times. So if
yes?
we
No,
consider
but
the
there is a
pi,
reflection and a transmission, right? So in the
yeah,
sense that this one is going to travel, as I said, 0 times.
so
This one
here
is
it
going to
will,
travel 3 times. Okay,
yeah,
but then if you look at the transmitted one, okay, so that one is going to travel once, and then this is going to travel twice, right?
yes, sir. In the U case, the phase change will be uh, pi from BS1, then pi from the
No, but no,
left,
wait. This is going to be pi here, by the way. Pi and pi, 2 pi,
yeah, and then some constant,
2 pi, and then 3 pi. Because this is, you're saying that this is interchange, right? This is sort of rotated. So this is going to be 3 pi.
yeah, it is rotated, not 3
Three.
pi, sir, because
Why not? Because this is
it will
pi, that
transmit.
is pi. Yeah, but this one is now on this. So this inner surface is now on the outer part, right?
Sir,
So
I'm
then this is going to
considering
be
the
3.
case for detector 1. For
Oh,
detector 1,
detector one. Acha, acha. Detector one it will be 2 times, right? Detector one it is 2 times, but
plus some
this one is
constant.
0. This one is actually once,
Sir,
right?
we
This
consider some
one,
constant phase difference due to BS2 for transmitting also. No?
BS2 for transmitting, right? But remember that the transmitted one has this sort of path length as well,
Yeah,
which is going to be coming in as well. So that also you have to consider. So
sir,
this
that
one
is
is there.
right. Yeah.
So basically, this is, you see, this is delta, and if it is that side, then this is going to be, you're saying the one that is going through.
Pi plus 3 delta for the detector 1.
Pi plus 3 delta, correct.
So this
Pi
phase
plus 3
difference
delta.
will be
But then
pi
the other one,
minus 2 delta.
sorry.
And then the final phase difference between the two beams will be pi minus 2 delta. Since if for the upper one it was 2 pi plus delta,
So
in
this
lower it
one
was
is
pi
2 pi plus
delta.
delta. Yes, this is pi here, 2 pi plus delta. And this is going to be delta plus pi plus 2 delta. So this is 3 delta pi plus pi, and that is 2 pi plus, wait. This is 2 pi plus, this is just pi plus delta, no?
2 pi plus delta from BS1.
Sir,
What? Sorry, 2 pi plus delta, right?
sir,
Rohan.
this doesn't matter because if you calculate at detector 1, you will get some pi plus delta, and if you
Other one
calculate it
also you get that exactly. So
for
here
detector
also
2,
you'll
you will
get 2
get
pi plus delta.
2 pi plus delta. So difference will be
Correct,
pi.
correct, correct. Will be still pi. Exactly. The difference will still be pi. There is just an absolute phase shift of delta. You understand, right? The phase difference will still be pi between these two.
Between
I think
detector
that is something which you have to consider. Okay.
we look we will
No,
not
but then no. What is important is you have to consider at the same spatial point what is the phase difference between one and two. The absolute fringe will never be able. You will never be able to measure, right? What you will be able to measure is only the difference, and both of them will shift by delta. So therefore, the difference will still remain pi.
the difference will be
So
Okay,
actually the difference coming out to be 2 delta minus pi, or other way pi minus 2 delta.
pi minus two delta. Okay,
pi
I
minus
probably need
2
to.
delta for detector 1, and for detector 2 it was 2
This
pi
is 2
minus
delta.
delta. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Pi minus 2 delta, and the other one is what?
2 pi
2 pi minus 2 delta.
Okay, I need to work this out and check. So maybe Vishwajit, you are there, right? So we need to probably just work this out and check exactly. Here it's difficult to just keep on.
No,
I
sir.
believe it should
No,
be pi for all.
Sir, but the after we get the total difference, we again getting pi phase
yes,
difference.
that's the
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. If
We
you
are
take the
talking.
difference, it
We
will
are
again be
taking.
pi.
No, sir,
Yes,
according
that's the
to
thing.
their
They are
condition,
missing
2
out
pi minus
the.
2 delta minus pi minus 2, it will become plus 2 delta.
Ah,
So
so then it's still
2
pi,
delta we
no?
cancel, we get
It's
pi.
still pi. Yes.
It will still be pi. So the difference, no, but they are saying that there's a 2 delta in one and 1 delta in the other.
No, no,
No,
That
sir.
will
both
be a
have 2
problem.
delta.
No, sir.
Anyway,
No,
so
no,
I
no, no,
think
no.
it will be
No, sir.
correct.
We are actually we are supposed to consider the one detector at a time and the two possible paths, and then other detector at a time and the two possible paths. And why are we
Yes.
going to differ, taking the difference of detector
No,
one and
they.
detector two?
No. So, okay, no. The problem is, again, you have to realize that you are essentially looking at the intensity at one specific point here and the correlated intensity at sort of so essentially what happens is if you take the whole fringe set here, okay, and you take the fringe set here and superpose them, just put one fringe set on top of the other, what you will see is there will be a perfect mismatch of pi. That is what you're going to observe. Okay, so this will be much more interesting, I mean, much more obvious if you put a lens in one of the arms or the lens in here so that you get circular spherical wave fronts. Okay, in which case, obviously, if you put planar wave front, then you're going to get straight line fringes. So that they are difficult to discern by eye. But if you actually put a lens, you're going to create a spherical wave front so that you will get circular fringes in both sides, and then you will always see that the central fringe of this one and this one will differ by pi. Always, whichever case you consider, you will see that the central fringe and of this one and this one will be just complementary to each other. So, and if you want linear fringes, then if you just superpose one set of linear fringes on the other set, you're going to see that there's going to be a perfect pi mismatch for all points of all fringes. That is the interesting part in this kind of beam splitter.
Okay, sir, got it.
Okay. So now what
Yes,
is interesting is, however, this last one. What do you think happens in the last case?
Sir, the phase difference is still pi, but the
That is
contrast will
absolutely
change.
fine. Ah, that is the crucial part. If I have this very small kind of a refractive index difference, then what you will appreciate is that the reflectivity, this beam splitter will absolutely not act as a 50-50 beam splitter. In fact, it will act, the reflectivity will be very small. So the contrast will be very, so by the way, as I asked, so everybody understands what contrast is? Chitudeep and all, do you understand what contrast means?
No, sir, I'm not sure. Can you please repeat it
So
once?
contrast basically means, okay, so maybe this part I should, so this I can stop sharing, and maybe I can just start, we can just start this class. Okay. So essentially the concept of contrast is nothing but, so if you have when you have say I have this kind of a
Sir, we can't see
laser.
your screen.
Oh, sorry, so sorry, I forgot to. This tag has so much of paraphernalia, no? Very sorry. Uh, yeah, is it there? Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, so this is like a source, and this is giving out, say, I, and you have some kind of a beam splitter which breaks it into I1 and I2. Then contrast essentially, and you're sort of measuring everything on some kind of a screen, say. So this is some screen where you're measuring. Okay, this is a screen. Okay, so basically, if you have, say, so suppose you have fringes like that. Okay, something like this is how you get typically fringes, right? And I say that, so if I, for example, were to put some kind of a this is, so this is what you're going to get on this screen, right? And now suppose instead of the screen I put a detector, okay, where this thing is projected. Okay, so now how will this detector signal look like? This detector signal, so for the, it will essentially look like something like this. Okay, right, where this is a bright fringe, this is a dark fringe. Okay, so I call, say these are my two levels of signal. Okay, I call this as U and I call this as V. You understand, right? So U is the highest intensity, basically corresponds to bright fringe, and this corresponds to dark fringe. Okay, so contrast is essentially defined as U minus V by U plus V. Okay, so can you tell me what should be the best possible contrast? What is the highest value of contrast? So
Minimum value
idea
can be 0, but highest can be 1.
1, right? So that basically V, ideally you should have V equal to 0, therefore C should be 1. Now remember, what is V? V is nothing but the difference, right? So V actually is nothing but I1 minus I2 mod, and U is just I1 plus I2. Okay, so you can easily make out that in order to have V equal to 0, I must have I1 equal to I2, which means that my this beam splitter of mine, essentially this guy, this has to be 50 50. Okay, so this is like my DS. Okay, so what contrast basically means is that how different a bright fringe is from a dark fringe. So if your bright fringe, so what happens is, suppose your this is not 50-50. You can appreciate, right? This is say 90-10 or something. So then what will happen if this is 90-10? Then I1. So suppose, okay, so suppose BS is say 90:10. Then what is I1 and I2? So then I2 is like 0.1 I1, right? Then what is the contrast? Then what is the value of C?
It's coming out to be nearly 47%.
Will it be 47? It will be I1 minus 0. 1 I1 by whatever. This is going to be 1.1 I1, right? So then this is going to be 0.9 by 1.1. Right? So this is going to be obviously, this is, wait, did I
So
do
it's
this correctly?
82%.
This is so basically the yeah, okay. I1 and this is essentially 0.1, whatever. So it's the so ideally, so you have to have your, so the worse you have this ratio, the worse you're going to have this thing. Okay, so for example, if you have something like, 95.5 or whatever, I mean, essentially this difference has to be, the more this becomes smaller compared to this total thing, you're going to lose contrast. So ideally your beam splitter will just be, it will prevent you from having this one, the bright and the dark fringe, different from each other. Okay, so contrast
Sir,
essentially, yeah.
sir, you can finish this point. I'll say after.
So no, basically what I'm trying to say is that the ability of the beams. So if you actually, oh wait, did I do this correctly? Oh, this is not. Oh, this is wrong. No, this is not 1.1. This is 1.9, right? This is one. Oh no. This is correct. Wait. So what did I have? I have that as, suppose I have reflectivity as 10%. So I have this as 0.9 0.9 I, and the other one is 0.1 I, right? So no, this calculation is correct, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is correct. Anyway, so basically you want to have this ratio as close as possible to each other. So if you have, so remember your I1, this V, this guy should be as close as possible to 0. Okay, the larger the V, the bigger is the problem that's going to happen. Okay, the larger you have V, or sorry, wait. The larger you have V, is this whatever I wrote is basically difference between bright and dark. So I essentially want this to vanish. So V is ideally 0. So V is ideally 0. However, if V is very large, then the issue comes. So for example, no, acha, I made a mistake here. Yeah, come on, this is wrong. This is wrong, right? See, because V in this case is quite high. No, see, this is U minus V, right? So this is wrong.
Sir, I think you took
This
the
is
beam
wrong.
splitter
Yeah.
working only once. It's gonna work twice,
Yeah,
right?
No. See, basically, just think of this, right? So we have V essentially is I1. So basically, it is I1 minus 0.1 I1, right? So that is equal to 0.9 I1, right? So then basically, I have I1 minus 0.9 I1 by I1, and this U is of course always 1. So basically, it is just plus 0.9 I1, right? Is that correct? Is that correct? So this is also 1.1, no? See, just think of this. I have I1 as 0.9 I, right? And I2 as 0.1 I, right? So it is not correct to write, possibly I should not write this as I1. So I should basically write I1 is 0.9 I, and I2 is, so this is not I1, this is I, right? So V is 0.9 I, and your U is yeah, this is U is of course I, right? 0.9 I plus 0.1 I, right? So this is actually I minus 0.9 I and I plus 0.9 I. Is that correct? So this is basically 0.1 by 1.9. This is the correct answer. Do you realize that? Is
Yes.
this correct? So
Yes.
then now you can appreciate, right? The contrast is like extremely strong. It's like 5%. Is that so? Is that clear to everybody, right? So basically, what we are saying is, if this is I1, so essentially, if I have this to be 90-10, so this is 90% of I, and this is only 10% of I. So I1 is 0.9 I, and I2 is 0.1 I. So then V is 0.9 I, and U has to be I always. That is just the sum of two. So essentially, what you have is something like this, which is very, very bad, which is like close to 5%. Chitradeep, is that clear?
Yes, now it's clear. I was actually.
I messed up, right? So this is not correct. This is what is correct. So that tells you that the worse you have this ratio of beam splitter, the worse you're going to have. So contrast matlab kya? So your dark fringe is, so your bright fringe is 1 and your dark fringe is 0.9. So it's, you cannot see, make out anything. Okay. So okay, Priyanuj had a thing, right?
Yeah,
Priyanuj?
I didn't. I don't know about one as like this answer is correct. The contrast will change, but sir, you made the fluid refractive index higher than that of the beam splitter's glass. So now in this case, we won't be
Ah.
getting any phase. So there is no phase
No, no,
that
no.
we
So
got in the.
Yes, sir.
uh,
Same question from my side.
So like
uh,
Yeah, I was
this
just going
part,
to ask.
like
huh,
contrast
huh,
part is completely correct. I agree,
huh, huh,
but
huh,
there
huh.
shouldn't be any phase difference between the outputs of the
Of course, that is
detector.
another important part. Exactly.
Yes,
That
because
is,
mirror
that
is
was,
1.5, so phase will be same, no phase difference.
there will be no phase difference. No, that was very critical. That is one important part of the question.
Oh,
That is
I
an
was just
important part of the
asking that.
question. That is a
Um,
very important part of the question. So because you have, overturned the thing, you basically have the higher to lower now. So there is no, but then so there is actually a deep thing. So do you think there'll be a problem in the conservation of energy? You understand? I mean, both are getting, so one argument that is at times given is that there is, because I mean, this beam splitter being out, I mean, the fringes being out of phase essentially is a validation of the conservation of energy. So if they are
Sir, I
same
have a
phase,
doubt.
will there be a problem? Ha, bolo.
Sir, in the last case where we have put the apparatus in fluid,
Ha?
as PJ said that we will not have any phase difference. But
Hmm.
my point is, if we are going from the fluid and hitting the boundary at the beam splitter and
Yeah.
reflecting our ray, then we should get a phase difference of pi this time. Last time, when we were like going from the denser to
Oh,
the
wait. Yes, there is a point. I think Rohan has a point. See, because now when you are going, so okay. Let me go back to this. Let me stop sharing this and show that other one. Wait. I think Rohan has a point. I think Rohan has a point. Let me just
No, sir, for that part, like what he's saying that in last
say,
case,
wait, wait,
wherever
wait.
we.
Just show this. Let me just go to this apparatus and then let us discuss. So what I feel Rohan is saying is that, arey yaar, oh, why the hell does it keep on need to tell me that I am presenting? I know I am presenting. Anyway, so what Rohan is saying that this part will have zero phase, but if I this part will have pi phase, no?
No,
yes,
Sir,
sir. We
why?
are taking
No,
it zero
it's that
yes,
phase.
sir.
interface is glass, glass coating interface. Glass has a
Ah,
higher refractive index than the coating. The coating
no,
used to be
where?
in the.
I am
So,
putting the whole thing in 526. So then outside this is 526, whereas
yeah,
inside is
The
516.
light is reflected from the coated surface or from the fluid surface.
Coated. Arey, this whole thing, suppose you
So
just take this whole
yeah,
thing
yeah.
and dip this
So
in this fluid.
so the coating surface has lower refractive index than the
Huh?
glass.
Yes.
so that's my point. So glass has
Yes.
a high refractive index, and then we have the
Huh?
coating. So the
Yes.
interaction.
No,
So
go. Wait, wait,
why?
wait, wait. You don't
Sir,
take the coating to be another refractive index. That coating part basically is the reflection part. Okay. So that has typically that is like very small. That is 0.3 or something. So
okay,
that you
so
don't
here
consider.
is the problem. Yes.
That is, yeah, yeah. Coating you don't consider. I did not mention about a third refractive index. Okay. Yeah, there is that thing of this being a silver coating or something. See, that typically is an issue because see that 0.3, if I consider that to be a silver thing, and then that also has glass behind that, right? So that is 1 point. So that happens basically. So see, this high reflectance of 90 or 50% or whatever. So if you just take 1 and 1.5, you'll not get 50%. You will see that it is going to be probably different. Okay, so basically there is a layer, there is a coating here which has lower refractive index, but the resultant, what happens is still I am going from rare to dense. Okay, but when I have this fluid coming in the sense that when this air part is now replaced by the fluid, okay, so then okay, well, okay, that is an issue. You're saying that
Yeah, so
silver,
that's actually the
silver
problem.
will.
Now, yeah, now
Uh,
the coating has the lowest refractive index. So irrespective of however I hit the coating, there
that is actually a valid.
there shouldn't be any phase
That may
difference.
be a valid point. That may be a valid point in the sense that I do not have a yeah. So no, but then see, if I assume that, then
Yeah, then
yes,
if I
yes,
do
yes.
that, the energy conservation just goes for a toss.
No, 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 exactly. No, no. By the way, let us clarify point by point. So yeah, you are probably right because when I actually have even in this case in air, so I have this as 1.5 and this one as low, so zero point 0.3 or whatever, zero point 0.4, zero point 0.5. So therefore here there is no phase change. But you are very correct that even if I put this in a liquid, then what will matter is the coating and this one. So very good answer. Yes. So then you will actually get the same thing as before. That is actually
Yes.
correct. No, but then yes, what I was conservation of energy is not a problem, and the reason is that you're actually dividing the power, right? You're actually dividing the power. So when you divide the power, you will get the total sum of this will be I. What? How will you create energy? There is never a chance of energy being created.
Okay.
You are
So
basically
this point
dividing it into
was
two.
also true last time also, right? Like the
Correct,
division
correct.
of.
So that is never under question. So there, if you
Okay,
just
okay.
take the total power, you will get half of the power towards this side, half towards that side. But there, interestingly, you got a correlation of pi between the phases themselves, between the intensity patterns themselves. Here you will not get. Here also you will get. Actually, correct answer is actually here also you will get, because very correctly this thing is actually the silver part which is important. But it's
Lower
a
refractive
nice,
index.
nice answer. So does everybody appreciate this? Huh? Does everybody appreciate this? What we are discussing?
Sir, so you're saying that the refractive index of the coating matters, which is actually higher than, which is
Correct,
lower than
correct.
the fluid.
Yes, yes, that is actually correct.
Like,
Because
sir,
without
in
that, so
sorry.
a very nice thing will be if I don't have the coating, then of course, if it is air, then you will get pi, and if there is no air, then there is no. But if there is no air, I mean, sorry, if there is no coating and you put this in the fluid, then, however, the inside one will matter, right? So then you
Yeah.
will have a pi difference of reflection from this side. So the whole problem will get reversed, boss. So I think you will get pi wherever you are doing.
Yes, sir.
You understand, right? So when I remove, suppose I did not have this coating, suppose I only have air and glass. So then obviously this one would have pi and this one has zero. But if
Zero.
I invert the problem with just this fluid being this immersed in a fluid which has higher Ri than this, then inside you'll have pi.
Pi and outside is zero.
Yes, so then it'll still be pi.
Yes, sir.
It
But
will
here
always be pi.
coating.
But here, of course, but it is unchanged. Nothing will differ. So the answer,
Sir,
whatever you assume, it will always be pi. Bishwajit, yes.
No, sir, reflection happens from the coated side, right? Not
Yes,
in the glass side.
correct. But it will just get reversed, no? In the sense, in air, you were having no phase from this side reflection, but you had
Yes.
phase from this side reflection. If you put this in a
Yes.
fluid which has higher refractive index than this, it will just reverse now, right? Here you will have pi, but on this you have 0. If I do not assume the coating, if I assume the coating, then nothing changes. It is identical as before. But if I even do not assume the coating, I will just reverse the problem where I will have 0 at this and pi at this. Is that clear?
No, I think there will be no phase change, sir.
Why? Why? Because you are reversing the problem, no? Because the phase change will happen now with this. It will be pi here.
No, sir.
Previously, it was 0 here. That is, so there is going to be an asymmetry in reflection always. If you just reverse the thing where you have air, may you have, instead of air, you have a higher refractive index, then when you have reflection from the inside surface, that has higher refractive index. So you're going from, so so this is like uh, so wait, yeah, so this is, so that this is going to be now high to low, right? High to low, so there is no phase change here, but here you're going
No,
from low
sir.
to high, right? So this
No,
part
sir.
has higher than this.
Medium is higher than everything, right?
Medium is
Refractive
higher than
index of
everything, right? And I am not
everything.
assuming the coating. Vishwajit, I am not assuming the coating. If I don't assume if I assume the coating, then nothing is changing because everything is identical, because it is happening essentially because of the glass coating interface. If I do not have the coating, then this case is basically you have, it is going from rare to dense. So this is going to be pi, the one from the back surface of the beam splitter. That is going to be pi. Whereas from the front surface, it's going, if I assume that it is front surface reflecting, I mean, always back surface reflecting.
I will check, but
But okay, there is one issue there. There is one issue there. If I don't assume the
no.
coating, now see, if I don't
How
assume the
can you take
coating,
the reflection?
that is correct. Because then
I
this
am saying
surface
that,
and that surface become same. Guys, if I do
same.
not
So how
assume
can
the
you get
coating,
the
then of course it doesn't make sense. Yes, it is correct. Yes, that is correct. If I don't assume the coating, then I have reflection from this as well as this. You understand, everybody? So then
when
this is also going to reflect, this is also going to reflect. There's not going to be no difference. So this one is going to get 0 refractive index, 0 change of phase, and here is going to be pi phase change. Actually, then you're going to have, I think you're going to have no phase change. That we have to check.
yes,
You
delta
understand?
delta.
If yeah, it's going to be probably same
Sir,
phase
it
on
will be
both sides.
sir, it will be better if we report like what is the refractive index of coating, the glass, and the fluid. Then
Uh,
it will
uh,
be
uh.
clear.
Yes, that I probably agree. I
Or
probably
sir, just
agree.
like the question would have been much simpler if
Uh,
the increase in refractive index did not cross that of the glass. Like then it would have been a much more
No,
simpler question.
yeah, but then it does not change anything, right? Okay? Then
Hi.
it does not
no,
change
no.
Yeah,
anything.
then it also
What
does
is
not
the
change.
point? What is the point of asking this question? The whole
No,
thing,
like
No,
all
sir.
this
No.
argument is coming because I put a higher medium.
yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
this
the
is very
medium is
interesting, right?
higher than everything,
Ha
and
ha
the
ha ha.
glass has 1.5, and you have to take the coating to
Yes,
get
yes,
the
yes.
reflection.
Yes, that is correct.
Then,
Nothing will change
then
actually.
there will be no, yes,
No
No
phase
change.
also.
that will be the correct answer.
No change actually. It will be exactly same, right? So if I have the medium, if I have that coating, then essentially I'm reflecting. I mean, nothing is changing because basically what happens is that here I'm going from rare to dense, and here I'm going to dense to rare because here it is 1.5 and coating is 0.3,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay, so Bishwajit, we'll just go over the answer once and then we will just go. Maybe
Yes,
give
and
out,
some
rewrite this.
people took the refractive index of the glass is greater than the medium, so
That is not
you have
correct.
to
No,
correct that.
that I wrote. I wrote this. Right? How can you take glass to be higher? I think it is mentioned here that the beam splitter has beam splitter মানে glass. The beam splitter is glass beam splitter to boli diya. How can you take that to be higher? That
No,
doesn't make
somebody
sense.
took the mirror, the refractive index of is mirror is higher than the medium, so that is not correct.
Okay,
So you
see,
have to-
anyway, so see, I think what we should look at, if you have justified your answer, then it's correct. Okay,
No,
if you
sir.
have taken the RI of mirror to be higher and you have justified your answer that because of this is going to happen, then probably it is okay.
Then there will be pi phase change.
That is okay. See, just check if everybody has justified what they have written.
Sir,
If it is justified, then it's fine.
if the mirror refractive index is higher than the medium,
Huh.
we are getting the same value from both the path, and it will cancel out in the difference.
That I have to check actually. We have to check that. Offhand,
So
it's
it will
difficult to say.
cancel out because both paths have one mirror, right? So it's either plus
Okay.
0 plus 0 or pi or
So
pi.
the mirror will actually cancel out. Yes,
Yeah.
correct. The mirror should not matter. Yes, I agree. Mirror should not matter. Mirror should not matter. Right? I think, yeah, Bishwajit, I think what they're saying is correct. Mirror should not matter. Okay. Acha, so let us just look at the p polarized light case today. It's very simple.
Sir,
And all the consequences. Bolo.
Can you comment on how uh, the 50-50 thing of BS will change when we put the fluid? Like how will it become different than that?
Well, actually, if I so actually it's a bit complicated, because let me just do this again. So see the what you finally get. Let me just go here. Okay. So essentially, what you have for a beam splitter, it is so you have basically some kind of a medium, some fluid. Then you have a coating, and then you have the glass. So essentially, you have some. If you look at the Ri, it is some N1, N2, and N3. So the resultant R is a combination of all three. So it is pretty complicated. Okay. You finally get if you, for example, take a silver mirror and you measure the reflectance in air, and if you measure the reflectance in water, it's not going to be same. So it is quite complicated. Final design that you make is so see, essentially everything matters about the thickness of this coating. If you really make it too thick, then this object will become a mirror. Okay. The beam splitter is actually made so that that's actually when we say just Fresnel, we over simplify this a bit. Okay. There is a lot of other things. There's a bit of absorption, there's all kinds of things. Okay. So essentially what happens is when you oh, suppose so difference between your mirror and beam splitter, mirror and yes, is essentially the thickness of coating. Okay, so that matters a lot. In that therefore, if you essentially it's an interplay of refractive indices. Finally, the calculations are the coating thickness is adjusted by taking into account all these three refractive indices. So now, if any one of them changes, the resultant will actually be different. Okay, so basically, what I'm saying is the resultant R appears due to N1, N2, and N3. So if you change any one of them, then actually you will completely change the resultant the reflectivity of the beam splitter, as a result of which you will get a different kind of refractivity. I mean, the final reflectivity will be different. And once the reflectivity is different, the contrast will change. For sure, it will change.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that is how it matters. Okay. So let us now quickly finish the other part, which is the Fresnel relation for p-polarized light, and then the consequences we'll deal on Thursday. So Fresnel relations for p-polarized light. Okay. So again, we will do the same thing. So we have the interface. Okay. So we have some light coming here. It's getting reflected like that and transmitted like this. So now the important part is your magnetic field is the one which is coming out. Okay. So my BI is coming out from my plane of the paper. So I have this as my KI, that as my KR, and that as my KT, right? So once that happens, so now what will be the direction of the electric field? Can you tell me then? Electric field direction. So this is theta I, that is theta R.
Northeast.
Correct. Very nice. Northeast. Extremely good. So the electric field will basically be in that direction. So then here again same thing. Electric field like B field like that, and this one will be northwest, right? ER, and this one again will be that way. So it will be like this. Clear to everybody? Is this fine? So now again. So here the tangential component is continuous. That is what we always will assume. We will always take that, and you know that if this angle is theta, then if I just consider this angle, that angle will also be theta I, right? So then my continuity equation, my equations for continuity will be just nothing but pi cos theta I minus er, because your I and r are same, so theta I is Pt cos theta t, and of course you have Bi plus Er equal to Bt. Okay, so which means that I can basically write this as Ni Ei plus Er equal to Nt Pt. Is this part clear? What did I do here? So what I did was just the same thing, right? So this is B E by C, E by V. V mane it is C by N. So N upar jata hai. The C's get cancelled out. Is that clear? Everybody clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Huh? So then basically I will write this as Et is nothing but Nt, Ni, sorry. Oh, it is Et is Ni by Nt Pi plus Er, and so then I basically have, if I put it in that one equation, so I have Pi Nt cos theta I minus Ni cos theta t equals Ni. Wait. This is no, sorry. Yeah, what am I writing? Sorry. It is basically Er Nt cos theta I plus Ni cos theta t. Correct? Right? So then I will basically just have ER by EI, which is essentially R parallel, that is nothing but nt cos theta I minus ni cos theta t by nt cos theta I plus ni cos theta t. This is the most interesting thing. Acha. So these are my relations essentially. So see, transmittivity also you can find out very similarly. It is already given here. From here, just replace that and you'll find out. Okay. Acha. So I want now. So see, there are many interesting consequences from here. So before we jump into that, we sort of get an easy way of understanding the consequences. What I want you to consider is basically see that P polarization for the R perpendicular. Remember what we had written, right? So for the R perpendicular, I think what did we have? Can somebody tell me the expression? So R perpendicular we had क्या था ni cos theta I minus nt cos theta t, right?
Yes, sir.
हाँ ni cos theta I minus nt cos theta t by ni cos theta I plus nt cos theta t. So now if I use Snell's law, that is essentially nt by ni is sine theta I by sine theta t. Can I simplify this nicely? Can you tell me what I will get? Huh? Can you just simplify and tell me क्या आता है? Just use this.
Sin theta t minus theta I.
Hey, everybody is following what Bishwajit is saying. So basically, if I just replace this guy, so in whatever one of them, I write, so instead of ni, if you write nt sine theta I by theta t, what you will basically get can you give me the final form simply?
Yes.
Very
Sin theta
simple.
t minus.
Sin theta t minus sin I
Very good. So sine of theta t minus theta I by
sin
sine of theta t
t plus
plus
sin.
theta I. So from here, it is very easy to see that for if you have simply that if ni is greater than nt, it basically means that theta I greater than theta t, which implies that r perpendicular. What am I writing? R perpendicular is negative, right? Very easily seen. So ऐसा very simply, well actually it's not so simple, I should say. So see, and also very clearly you see that if I have ulta, that is if I have ni greater than nt, then which means that theta क्या लिखा ni no, what did I write, man? This is ulta, no? Chha, this is ulta likha hai. If ni is greater than this thing, then this is positive, right? Ni, this happens. No, what is this? This is, you correct me, yeah. This is ni greater than nt means theta t greater than theta I,
Yes, sir.
Greater.
right? Ni less than this thing implies theta I greater than theta t, which means r perpendicular is negative. Right, now it is fine. Okay. Acha. So in this same vein, my your assignment for tomorrow, next class, I want everybody to be interested, to be doing something, is find out a nice expression for R parallel. This is the assignment. Okay, just in like this, it will be some sine theta, sine tan, cos something. But from there, Remember this case. Once we have p this this thing, your p polarized light, there are some very interesting consequences which come. Very nice consequences. Okay, but the crucial thing is you have to find out the expression for R parallel in the same way as this, and that is obviously much more complicated than this, and that is obviously the reason that I'm giving you this. Okay, so that is what you need to do. You understand, no? So there is a very simple. So obviously you need to, very crucial, eliminate Ni and Np. That is what you have to do. Okay, that is exactly what you have to. Okay, we'll take it from there. Basically, find out the T parallel. R parallel eliminating your Ni and Nt. Okay, so we'll stop today. And I think I am purposely giving you these as assignments, continuous assignments, so that these are not difficult. But what I basically want to ensure is that, because this is some very crazy type of teaching that we are having. So I want you to be active, because there is this temptation of falling asleep. Obviously, not only during the class. Now I have no means to understand how many of you are listening, but even after the class is done, I want you to remain engaged. Okay, so I will create another assignment thing for the next class. These are very simple things, and I want everybody to derive for yourself. And please don't. Deadline is Thursday. Deadline is Thursday before class. We have 2 days. Okay, so same thing. The Thursday 5 o'clock is when we start, so you have to submit by 4:45 or something like that. Okay, is that fine? Okay, we stop for today. Okay, bye. Again, Chitradeep, it's going to come to yours again.